你吹呀！
我是谁？我要去是吧？
This project started on December 2018. It's been a long ride, but it's finally here. So I'm excited. We are all excited. I've always liked fairy tales. There's something special about telling real life stories through them. I believe that as artists we have the responsibility and the honor to tell the stories of those who don't have a voice or can express their feelings. That's how we got to know the stories of ancient times and heroes and kings, because poets sung and wrote their deeds, right, and immortalized them. Working with Jazzwires is an amazing experience because it's a band of young people and we are all learning and interacting with each other. We're all friends, good friends, and we learn from each other. We discover things together, and there are just amazing things that happen when we play together. The creation levels get really, really high because we feed from each other and we just interact in a magical way on stage.
Hi, my name is Anthony, and I am the drummer for Jazzwires.
Hi, I'm Joe Balistrossi. I play bass in Jazzwires. Jazzwires was a group that I played in the last 2 years with my friends, and it was probably one of the most enjoyable groups I've played in all my life. So.
Hi, I'm Noah Austin. I am the trumpet player from Jazzwires, and Raul, the piano player and therefore the one with the most wires, has asked me to say a few things about my experience in the group. It's been all around just really good. We all get along with each other, and pretty much everything that we've done in that group has pushed us to improve as players and sometimes as composers.
Hey, this is Brett. I play the saxophone in Jazzwires.
And I'm Gabriella. I play the trombone and I sing.
So, first of all, just about Jazzwires, we've been playing together for 2 years, and we've made a lot of music in that time, and I think we've really grown as a group.
Yeah.
What does Jazzwires mean to you?
Well, Jazzwires at this point has become a family, kind of a home away from home. You know, we're all in college and we don't really know like who our friends are going to be yet and who we're going to hang out with, who we're going to play with, but Jazzwires really brought us together and made us super tight as a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, I feel like it's family too. I feel like we have all these different musical personalities and just you know, social personalities, but I think that makes for a really interesting thing when we all put those together, you know.
Yeah.
But it's also just been a great group to play with. I feel like I'm at home, you know.
It's that burlap funk.
With music, you can be even deeper when you're telling a story, because music speaks directly to the heart, and every person lives their own story, their own way. Music has the ability to shape according to that person's heart and tell the story exactly how that heart needs to hear it. Each song in this album has a special way to connect with different types of individuals. It's jazz, but it's more than jazz. It's music telling a story.
Maybe you have heard me sing with melancholy, the story of my love. How could I believe that fantasy that led me to my fall? I dreamed of fairy tales, illusions.
The main song of this album, Fruit of Fairy Tale, is an extension of my other song, Heartbreaker. Both songs are similar in style. They both talk about love gone wrong, but this one goes beyond that and tells the story of how this girl she was taken from her innocence and fell under spell. She was waiting for castles in the sky and a big enchanted tale, but instead she was trapped and transformed into a completely different human being. She lost her innocence and she hardened her heart. In the video we try to reflect the story in a creative way, maybe with a little humorous touch. We use the metaphor of the marionette for symbolizing how he's using her and how later she transformed into the same thing he is and starts using the other people in the same way. In that case, the rest of Jazzwires, we're gonna be her slaves in the second part of the video, and we are her marionettes. All the tunes are originals, and two of them were composed by other Jazzwires members. Ska Monk was composed by Noah Austin, who is now on his way to his PhD, physics PhD, and yeah, he's a genius. I think he's a genius. He graduated double major music and mathematical physics, so I truly respect him for that. But yeah, when he plays, he uses all these equations and quarter tones and things, and it's really exciting to hear him play and compose. His ideas are very out there and creative. There's another tune called Lo-Fi Banger, which was composed by Anthony Chanira and Joe Balastrasi, our drummer and bass player.
I don't really have a favorite tune. I find that I like them all. My favorite parts of the album, I guess, are just the things that push in interesting directions. Like in A Spanish Tale in Arabia, where there's switches in feel. In The Hermit, where we came up with this about 2-minute long improvised introduction that just kind of happened. I'm really proud that we can do things like that as a group.
I like Spanish Tale in Arabia. It's so hard to remember. Sorry.
Lo-Fi Banger. Co-wrote that song with good friend Joe Balastrasi. We were just in the practice room one day, just kind of messing around. He had a little chord progression, and we decided just to make something out of it. So I recorded some of the chords on my iPhone, and I recorded a bunch of different things from the drum set, and Joe played the melody, and it sort of just turned into a song, and we sent it to Raul, and Raul just kind of took it and ran with it, and it turned out to be something really great. It's slow, but we can really be flexible with that one, which is what I love most about it. We all just get into the groove, it's nice and calm, and then the soloist just plays over, and we feed off of their energy, and we give them energy, and it really works on building chemistry throughout the group, and gives us it's a lot of fun to play.
This group is the first one that I've ever really brought in a piece that I wrote in order to perform and record it. And this album, Brutal Fairy Tale, has my second one that I brought in, the Ska Monk.
I was gonna play part of my favorite tune. This is part of Wooden House, where we do like a little wobble thing. And you got the wobble going.
That part's so cool.
You know, it's kind of like
leans back.
Yeah. I like that one because it has a bunch of different. It's got like the mix of styles.
Yeah,
in it, you know?
it really has like quite different styles within.
Kind of mixes with that.
Really.
And it's got a good story. It's related to the Hermit.
Uh-huh.
So.
And the whole theme.
I don't know if people will get that. We might have to put like something in there about that. Like the Hermit is in the wooden house.
He lives
in
there.
the woods.
He lives in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
In his house.
In the wooden house.
Yeah, I would say Origins is my number one. Although the drum beat, it gets sort of the same throughout the song. I just love the way it sounds. I was telling Raul, hey, throw this over to Disney because we were recording it right when the new Lion King movie was coming out. And I think that song would fit perfectly into the Lion King. Just go give it a listen. I think you'll see what I'm talking about. The way it sounds, it's inspirational, and it's really fun at the end. The horns have a rhythm, and then the rhythm section plays it back, and it's really easy to dance to. So by the end of the song, everyone's dancing. We're having a good time.
What about you? What's your favorite?
My favorite tune, it's really hard to choose. They're all really wonderful, but Traces of You. It's just a really like heart-wrenching tune, and even just playing the horn part, it made me emotional, and it actually made me tear up whenever I played it.
Yeah. We've played that one a few times.
Yeah.
We've played it at Rico's a bit. But yeah, I just feel like there's a good, it starts off slow and then the horn parts like build up. And it's just
it builds and then it finally like hits this climax and it's kind of intense.
It's just like, it's like one of those songs you just want to go.
Yeah.
The lighter, you wave your hands to, like, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. Oh, what was the one where you stayed super late for the vocal one?
Well, that was.
Well, you guys sang together on.
Oh, we did vocal parts for Origins.
Origins, right?
We like layered a bunch of them, like a lot of layers.
That's a cool one too. That's like.
Yeah.
I imagine that song being like in a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Like in The Lion King or something like that. You know, I just see it. It's like a good vibe song.
It's really good vibes.
Yeah.
I think Spanish Tale in Arabia, that's very special. Digital Memory, I think that tune also touches my heart in a really special way. It's just the melody has this nostalgic touch, feeling that makes me remember that when I was a kid and digital stuff, the Nintendo, that melancholy I think is on this tune very, very nicely. Origins is really cool. I'm Cuban. All these rhythms that we play in Cuba, they all come from Africa, or they're descendants of African rhythms. So it's in my veins. So the Hermit, he's there by the fireplace every night, watching these old pictures of his past life, and just remembering. This storytelling thing comes because I'm a big fan of Jim Henson, Jules Verne, Edgar Allan Poe, Tolkien, and I love to make my music sound like a story from start to finish. I think I got that from one of my piano professors, Virginia de la Osa, when I was 10 years old. She told me that every time you play the piano, you need to make sense out of it. You need to say something. It's just like words. You shouldn't open your mouth to talk unless you have something constructive or interesting to say. If you don't like jazz, you're going to start liking it. I think I have a pretty strong feeling about it because it's not just jazz, it's music. This album is like a center of calm that expands into chaos and then comes back to calm. You can feel that through the whole album, and just life is like that. It's a balance. Everything is a balance of chaos and calm, tension, relaxation. All the songs in the album are really good, I think, in my opinion. But there are some songs that you will just fall in love with them there are different styles of music, different genres, so there's something for everybody. But overall, the storytelling factor is predominant. For the production of the album, well, we write the tunes, and then we go to the studio. There, we record them, and then I take all the tracks to my studio in my house, and then I do all the mixing and mastering and processing and everything in there.
It was a long process. We spent a lot of hours in the studio. Some of the times we would just wait for an idea to come up or anything to get fixed in the studio. But overall, it was a pretty fun experience for me.
Recording the album, that was a lot of fun. It was also very, very tiring. It pushed me to my limit. We recorded it in, I think, 2 days, and each day we went through the entire album. As a trumpet player, that left me really tired by the end. That's how we recorded all the albums, actually, and it was always really satisfying to do.
And then what about the studio? We spent a lot of time in the studio.
We did. Yeah, I think this was a good album because I feel like we've I don't know, as a group we've gotten to the point where I think we have like our own voice as a group.
Yeah.
You know, and there's different ways we play, and we're kind of used to the little idiosyncrasies about each other's playing and things like that, so I think we work well together.
Yeah, we all like know each other pretty well and how we speak through our music.
Yeah. I also think that Raul has gotten to the point where his writing is like, you know, I think his writing is really good on this album. I really like the songs too. So
yeah, they're just really good.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to pick a favorite.
No, it's really hard to pick a favorite. And there's cool stories with each one of them, you know. So we kind of try to channel that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have that the Hermit intro with all the
that
crazy
was
stuff
fun
going
to do.
on.
We got
You know?
to like make crazy sounds and like go through the mics and
that was fun.
I wanted to connect some of the stories from the album to show them in this video. The song Origins is connected to a story of the beginning of time. It has this Afro vibe. In Africa is very connected to those stories of thousands of years ago. It was like the heart of the planet at the beginning. And I imagine the story of this tribe, strong people, but their tribe was lost in time. So in the video you can see, in Brutal Fairy Tale video, you can see these characters, which I'm one of them, and they're dressed up in rags and burlap. So they're trapped in this prison, and then the character, the girl, which is evil by now, she goes and takes them and makes them her puppets. So she uses kind of like little bit of like magic to move them around, and just like the way the guy is doing at the beginning with her.
Filming the video, that was fun as well. I was only really involved in the part where the slaves are getting thrown around, and that was pretty fun. It was fun to throw myself around as if I was being pushed by an invisible force, and we did a lot of that day, and it was fun.
Again, that was a long process as well. We had to get makeup on, and we had these outfits, and it was a lot of fun. We went to Bryan Hall, and we kind of messed around for like an hour before we actually did the shooting and whatnot. It was pretty fun. Yeah.
You know, we had a lot of fun filming the video too.
Yeah.
The Brutal Fairy Tale video.
That was pretty interesting. Because we got a little bit of experience filming Heartbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
other album, which was super fun. But this was kind of a bigger project. It was a lot more complex. There were different parts of it. So that was...
It's a bit more involved.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah. I like our first video a lot, but I feel like this one's like... We did a lot more because we have all the costumes. And that was a fun day of filming though.
It was.
I think we were streaming it, but we're like falling around the stage and jumping around and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
I got to like whoosh you around, just my powers.
Yeah. That was pretty fun.
It was a lot
Yeah,
of
she's
fun.
pretty powerful. She's got some powers
I
pushing
can-
us all around.
Force.
May or may not be what happens in the group as well. No, I was kidding.
Hey guys, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 862,324,008.
1,
2.
42.
Oh, I forgot.
Any last words?
I don't know. Got this rose.
Yeah.
Little fairy tale.
Little fairy tale 2019.
Jazz wires.
Yeah. Alright. Alright guys, thank you. Woo. Nice job.
The locations we used for this video were really fun. We spent a whole semester filming, so we got different seasons and weather conditions to make it look more dramatic and to help the story. Special thanks to James who helped us with the video. He was the evil man, and he had to wait and not shave his beard for a whole semester, waiting for us to finish to film the video. So yeah, thank you, James. So it's not our intention to compete with Hollywood or any music videos out there. Yeah, we just wanted to have fun and make music and art and tell a story our own way.
So I hope you enjoy the album. Check it out. Follow us on all the social media. And thanks for supporting us.
In all, I'm really looking forward to this album coming out. It's been a lot of fun to create, and it has a lot of good stuff on it.
We hope you enjoy the album.
Yeah.
Enjoy Little Fairy Tale.
The story of my love.